Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks, your Tennessee real estate professional. Today I'm going to talk about communication. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. Hey y'all, it is a cooler day here in Tennessee. And so I have my hot tea, my cup of tea today. But I wanted to talk to y'all about communication. Um, I think communication is a vital part of everyone's business, whether you are in real estate like I am or you are in any other type of business. We ran a high-end floor care business for 24 years, and that was something that we really strived on was communication. If we told a client that we would be there by 9:30 in the morning and we knew we were going to be 5 minutes late, even 5 minutes, that's not considered late these days, I guess, to people, but it is to us. So we like to do what we say we're going to do. And if traffic was going to throw us behind, I always called or texted or whatever the form of communication was that client wanted us to use, whether it's text or calling them. They always knew, hey, we're going to be running 5 minutes late. Most of them laughed at us because it's like, you don't really have to tell me if you're going to be running a little bit behind. That's no big deal. To us, you need to be on time or early. If you give a person a time, be on time or early. If you know ahead of time that you are going to not be showing up at that time, then you need to let them know as early as possible because you have now messed up their day on what they already had planned to do. Maybe they wanted to sleep in for the day. Maybe what is sleeping in? I mean, none of us get to do that anymore. But, maybe they stayed up late. Like with real estate, I know sometimes I'm up at midnight doing contracts, some clients were trying to work out, putting in an offer or something like that. So it may have made me stay up late. We might be out to dinner, anything. You just never know. And if you're going to be able to, as the client or customer of that said vendor, then you need to be shown respect on your time because that is valuable. Not only to the contractor or real estate agent or whatever, it is something that you need to have is good communication. If you don't have good communication, I don't understand how people can stay in business with the way they do clients and customers these days. For me, I'm over communicative, so a lot of my clients are like, a text is fine, call me. Most of my clients are wanting to hear everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Then you have some clients that are like, I don't want to hear the negative. If there's going to be some negative, I don't want to hear it. I just want to hear the good. Well, sometimes that is not the way it is, but you learn. I'm good with people and reading them, so sometimes the best method is texting, sometimes a phone call, whatever it may be. Some people want you to PM them on Facebook nowadays. So communication, you need to figure that out on the front end. I usually do that by when I sit down with my buyers at the buyer's consultation, I ask them what their preferred method of communication is, and they let me know then what their preferred method is. Now, like my husband says all the time, you work 8 days a week. That is so true. So my time is very valuable, and I try to, and I'm big on family. So, if I'm gonna be taken away from something to do with family, then it's usually to do with real estate. But I still strive hard to not take away from our family time, but it is so hard, not to, because there's not a day that goes by that usually we're at dinner or at dinner at home or watching a movie, and I do get texted or phone calls or whatever. And so at that time, usually if it's after a certain time, then I'll text them back and say, hey, I can communicate through text or whatever. Or if I need to mute everything, stop everything, and let's make that phone call, then I do that. So, but the reason why I'm talking about this is all year we have been doing, let me sip some of this. We have been doing, having construction at our home. And more times than not, contractors have said they would be at our home at a certain time. Or they say a day. Okay, get this, a day. I'm going to be there Tuesday. Okay, then I have to ask them, what time do you think you'll be here? Because I have a schedule too. My husband, my son, all of us need to know how we need to run our day. But probably 99% of the time, their answer is, I'm not sure, or I'll let you know the day before. They don't let me know the day before, then here I am having to ask them the day before. Then they're like, oh, I'll be there in the morning. What's morning to you? Is it early? Is it later morning? I mean, can you give me like a time frame? So sometimes they're like, oh, I'll be there as early as possible, like 8 o'clock. You don't know what early means to everybody. My early might be 6 o'clock. Your early might be 8. I mean, your early might be 10. Who knows? But more times than not this year, there's been contractors that have said, I'll be there at a certain time. They are not there. When does steam come out of my head? When you tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it. That is just like, that's a no-no. And I'm Southern, I'm respectful, I'm old-fashioned in the way I do business. I think me, my hubby, and son are just, I just call us old-fashioned. We're respectful, we run our business professionally. Now, you have fun doing it, but still, we're professionals. And when you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. All year long, we have waited on contractors, and then to the point of I give up on you and I'm firing you and I'll figure it out and I'll get somebody else out. Now, we have had a few contractors this year that have put a good positive light on things from what we've been through that have come through. Those people will earn the respect from us and referrals from us, and the other ones that do not ever come through, bless their hearts, but they will stop getting referrals or not get any referrals at all, just because I know that I care about my clients and their time and especially I won't refer ones that have done us wrong this year. So forget that. But I like to refer vendors to clients and family, friends and things like that I know, like, and trust, and I know that they're going to get with them. They have great communication. They do what they say they're going to do. And it just blows our mind all year that the more percentage than any of them do not communicate, don't know how to, and don't do what they say they're going to do. And we've learned the good, the bad, and the ugly with a lot of the contractors this year. We are just finally finishing up what has been messed up all year and had to hire new contractors to do it. Because the original one did not come through. Took money, even though we said we don't want to pay up front. So thank goodness we had a contractor that subbed it out, because that is who ultimately is responsible. So, another video probably for that one. So, if you say that you're going to do something, or if you need to call somebody back or text them or whatever, I know for me, my clients know that they usually can get a hold of me anytime. If I'm not available right then because I'm with a client, I'm on the phone, out showing properties, whatever it may be, I always call them back as soon as I can. Most of the time I will text and say, hey, can I call you back here in a little while? And then they know that I cared enough to get with them. But if you constantly make excuses and you say you're going to be at a client's house and then you never show up on that in any time frame that you ever say, then they learn not to trust anything that you say. So it's not a good thing. So even if you're not good at that, hire somebody that is good at the communication part, whether it be an assistant if you're in real estate. Just communicating. There's some things that you can't hire an assistant to do that us real estate agents have to do ourselves. But somebody can pick up the phone and make a phone call. Sorry, their schedule changed. Will this other day or will this other time work better? I go to the office and I meet buyers at my office, and I'm usually 30 minutes to an hour ahead of them, and just making sure I have everything prepared and ready for them once they arrive. I have an office inside of our benchmark office in Hendersonville, and I can go there anytime I need to. I don't have to make a reservation. I pay for that, and I have my own office. I love it. And I have to meet clients usually after hours, on the weekends, whatever it may be, too, because people work usually from 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, or whatever it may be. So a lot of buyers need to meet me after hours or the weekends. Listings now. I usually go to my clients' homes and sit down with them at their table and go around their house. And there's a big thing I do with listings for those consultations. And I'm on time or early. If I know the client's going to be running late, I'm probably going to be in their driveway waiting on them. It's just the way it is, because we're old-fashioned here at Audra Hicks Homes, and it's just something that is ingrained in our company, all of our companies we've ever owned and operated, that you do what you say you're going to do. That includes communicating. You got to communicate with people. I am so frustrated at contractors this year not doing what they say they're going to do, or they say they're going to do something and then the communication is off, even though we texted back and forth and they said they do it and then they don't do it. And then they're like, well, I didn't say that. Well, yeah, you did. It's in text. So, make sure that you text somebody. Make sure you call people back. Make sure you answer the phone. If you can't, let them know that you can't be available during that time. So, if y'all would just tell me, do you think that that's asking a lot to have communication with people? And what's your preferred method of communication? So, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for another video. I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.